Alright, fluid still looks clean. This happens when you use good fluid. What is this? 30,000 miles on this fluid and it still looks good. When you use high quality fluid, it holds up. My factory fluid by 36,000 miles is already dark. So putting high quality fluid in helps. So first thing we're doing is draining the fluid. What I do, because again, this transmission has no dipstick, it's supposed to be a service-free type transmission. I measure how much comes out, so I know how much to put back in, and then I know I'm going to be pretty close. And then once you warm it up and run it, you just pull out that little plug and drain off the excess. The hardest part is getting this transmission to the right temperature. I'm going to test on my truck, but I think you need to get this pan to about 100 to 110 degrees, and it'll be 115 on the inside which is the temperature you want to check it at. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. I'll double check on my truck first because I have a temperature gauge. I can check my transmission temperature on my truck, but not on my car. The app doesn't work. It gives me oil temperature. It's supposed to be giving me coolant temperature. It's giving me oil temperature, so that didn't work. So yep, so this step is we're draining the fluid out. We're measuring how much we're taking out. So then I know by this, looks like I'm going to be putting in about 3 quarts. Because this pan holds, I haven't ran this car for a couple days, so it's draining out extra, but normally it holds about 2 quarts. But yep, just measure how much you're taking out. Check it for color. It looks good. I think what I did last year is drained and refilled 3 quarts, and that's what I'm going to do again. Is just drain out and then replace that difference. Replace it with just a little extra so that you can drain off the excess. Alright, here we go. So we got it apart. We got the pan off right here. I put some paper down to watch for parts falling when I pull the valve body off. But we had to, this exhaust is too close to get to the pan bolts out, so we have to loosen up your front pipe. Okay, you don't have to take it all the way off, but we had to loosen it up. Whoops. We had to loosen it up so we can get it out. Whoops. And then here's your pan gasket there. 4 bolts hold that on. So if you're just going to change that filter, it actually doesn't look too bad in there. Doesn't look too bad. But probably not a bad idea to change that filter out once. It's supposed to be a lifetime filter, but if it's clogged or someone's not changing your transmission fluid, then it's not going to hold up good. So probably not a bad idea to change that out. We do have a performance secret that maybe I wish I would have learned about before I got my valve body. But for those with automatic transmission, see this valve right here? And you'll have to watch videos on it. But this is the mid setting. And if you turn this clockwise, 1 click, there's one more notch over here. That's the high pressure settings. There's a low pressure, middle pressure, and high pressure. The Tacoma, I believe, is on low pressure. And then this one is on, oh, I can't see it good from here, is on mid pressure. So if you have an automatic transmission and you're boosted, what I would do is change your filter, your screen, or whatever they call it, and put in full synthetic transmission fluid. So get either AMSOIL, Redline, a good high quality transmission fluid. Go full synthetic. While you're doing that, pull the pan off, replace the screen, and turn that to high pressure. Put it back together and try it. Now, I haven't tried it, but my new valve body is switched to high pressure, and of course the valves are adjusted to lock up in all gears. I got stage 2. I think stage 1 locks up first through 3rd gear, and then stage 2 locks up 4th and 5th gears also, because you can't do quarter-mile run in 3rd. You're going to probably be in 4th, shifting to 5th gear for a full quarter-mile run if you're boosted, if you're running 12s. So there you go. Tip of the day. Just switch that to high pressure, change your filter, go to full synthetic, maybe a transmission cooler. You can see what I do is I disconnect those. Those are heater lines Toyota calls those a cooler line, but your transmission should be running at 170 degrees maximum, and then your engine thermostat is at 185, 190. So your water's at 190, preheating your transmission fluid. That is for gas mileage. So if you want maximum gas mileage, leave that connected. I disconnect mine, and in fact, I'll probably wind up trying to add a transmission cooler here somewhere down the line. Right now I'm trying, I know I need one, but obviously it's weight and then more pieces of, this car doesn't have a lot of space on it to route things, so then you have to worry about heat, damaging the lines, more fluid problems. So I might remove this one and just put in a larger cooler right here. I gotta find out what fits, what kind of bracket I can make. But yeah, those are heater lines. You don't want the heater lines on there. Okay, so I disconnect those. Plus then that is also heating, it's more work for your radiator to do. Now it's just less work for your radiator to do, so your engine runs cooler, transmission runs cooler, everything's for the better. Okay, you have to warm your transmission up. It takes 5 or 10 minutes to warm it up. Don't beat on your transmission when it's cold. Okay, be easy on it at first. Let it warm up, come up to temperature. The engine will warm up faster than the transmission sometimes, so you gotta let this transmission warm up. Okay, so that's it. You can see all my little wires. I'm going to take pictures of all that. But yeah, that's nice to know. So now we know you can just switch that to high pressure, and then that will improve shifting and holding force. That's like adding a shift kit, just doing that. And then your actuators are under here, under this part by the exhaust, so that might be a pain in the butt. But those, some people shim those. I don't know on this transmission if that's advisable or not, but you could probably put that to high pressure and then shim. If I was doing it, I would just switch it to high pressure and change the filter and then see if that's good enough. I already ordered my Valvebody, so it's too late. I didn't learn about this till after I ordered it, but it is what it is, and I need it anyways. And that's the end of this section.